Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Downtime.
Downtime,
birds.
where we take our time to talk down about people.
I don't think that's correct.
I don't know what we're doing here then.
We use this channel to just badmouth anybody we feel like deserves it. We are the toxic community.
I heard Bigfoot was going through a nasty divorce.
Ooh. I mean, he deserved it.
True.
You're making all those allegations against, you know, Bob Ross. Okay. So in the in-between, we moved on to day 5 just because, you know, multiplayer games don't pause when you pause recording, so missed a little bit of content, but essentially we just fished and got wood, and that was it. We didn't even sell anything.
It wasn't worth nothing to nobody.
Why did all the wood fall into my house?
Oh,
the wood house.
Looks like you're never getting that back.
Nope. It'll just despawn. That's fine. Also, in the downtime, between downtime, boy, that's gonna get confusing. I'm gonna have to switch over to saying in the middle of our downtime episodes. We were talking about games just in general. And DJ brought up a Devil May Cry thing that he wanted to talk about.
Follow me.
Follow you? Okay.
Yeah, Devil May Cry. Fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. So the other day I was scrolling TikTok and I saw a video and it was like it was like 7 minutes long.
Oh, damn.
Of like, apparently one of the main developers of the game was like at a conference or doing a panel or something, and the panel interviewees gave him a controller and set the game to hard, like maximum difficulty, and then put him up against one of the bosses and just handed him the controller and was like, we want to see how you play. And he spent the next 7 minutes parrying every single move.
I did see that. That wasn't Devil May Cry. That was Final Fantasy 16.
Was it Final? I thought,
yeah.
When I read it, it was someone was talking about DMC.
I think, yeah, I remember seeing some comments on there that was talking about, boy, this looks a lot like DMC, but yeah, that one was,
Was it Final Fantasy?
Yeah, that was Final Fantasy 16, a game that I really want to play at some point. Because it's like one of the, I think it's the first M-rated, Final Fantasy, because up to everything else, it's all just been rated T for teen. So they pushed it forward a little bit and we're like, okay, everyone that played this back in the day was a very, you know, young player, but now pretty much everybody's more mature now, so we might as well match their maturity.
I mean, it's about time. They've been making Final Fantasy games for what, 30 years?
Yeah, around that. But the Final Fantasy holds a special place in my heart, I think in the same way that Kingdom Hearts does for you.
Yeah.
Just because that was one of the first games that I played that was like a really intense RPG. I am not going to be able to go very far in here. I have almost no energy.
That's fine.
There we go.
I just wanted to show you what this was. You can go back to the farm if you want. I'm going to take on the mines for a bit. The quest I have from Clint is to get copper ore, so I have to be down here anyway.
Yeah, so another thing we were talking about was Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, you had mentioned that you'd only played DMC once, and then said that you had also only played Assassin's Creed once, which led me to a couple questions I had for you.
Okay.
Regarding that. Which Assassin's Creed?
Valhalla.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's even more disappointing. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you haven't played any of the Ezio collection or any of the main like story-based games
Nope.
from like the originals.
Right, yeah.
Growing up, Tyler and I played the fuck out of those games.
Really?
Yeah, I've played one like 3 or 4 times, 2 a couple times. I played Brotherhood, which was technically 3. Let me put that out there. Quite a few times. I had like too many to keep track of. And then 3 came out, and I played 3 5 times or so. 3 was one of my favorites. A lot of people didn't like it, but I really enjoyed it.
I remember seeing one that like takes place in London, or something like that.
I think that's Assassin's Creed Unity, which I haven't played.
But
There's a little cherry bomb here.
I do remember seeing a lot of people really enjoyed Brotherhood because it was that was the multiplayer one, right?
Yeah, no. Brotherhood was not multiplayer, but you could control like a whole fucking slew of assassins. I don't have room to pick that up.
Got it.
At all.
Hardwood?
That's
Is that what
hardwood.
it is?
Yep, that is. Let me sacrifice my
I got it.
regular wood there. Ah, why am I turned the wrong way? I couldn't turn around for some reason. But yeah, so and then I played Black Flag, but those are all of the ones that I have played. It does make me sad to hear that you haven't played any of the original like.
Black Flag was
Ezio
one
collection.
that I have been looking at because you know, piratey stuff is always
Yeah.
fun.
Black Flag is I think it's the fan favorite game.
Yeah, I remember I remember seeing, well, first, you know, pirate songs are always incredible.
Sea shanties.
Oh yeah. I don't know why I call them
Tons of
pirate
good
songs.
shanties. Pirate songs.
Alright, I'm going back up and drop
do
all
your
the
thing.
stuff.
I've got plenty of energy. I just don't have room for shit.
Yeah, Black Flag was one that I've just been looking at, like, I really want to play this, but man, I feel like it would take so much time for me to sink into it.
I don't think it's really that long. I think it's a standard like 30-hour campaign.
Really?
And that's if you're doing side quests. Like I don't think it's like super long.
Oh, okay.
But getting the hang of it the very first time you play it might take a second to figure out. I don't have anything that I can sacrifice to pick up this fucking geode, so I guess I'm gonna leave the geode, which makes me sad.
I need to finish talking to people.
I also need to do that. I'm wondering if that's why the community center hasn't procced. I don't know if that's a prerequisite. It's meeting everyone.
Right.
Oh no, that is not. It can't be a prerequisite. I'm dumb.
I gotta talk to, I think that's the blacksmith, and there's a girl with purple hair.
Blacksmith. The girl with blue hair?
Is that blue? Is my colorblind ass just that dumb?
No, there's a purple hair girl and a blue hair girl.
Purple hair, yeah.
Long purple hair. That's Abigail. She lives in Pierre's shop, but she's one of the emo kids. It's Friday, so she will most likely end up in the tavern after a certain time.
Okay. I talked to you already, green hair? Yeah, I've talked to you.
Also, I called it a tavern because I play D&D. I know it's a bar, and I apologize. It's a pub or something. I can't remember what they actually
It's a
call it.
brothel.
It's not. It's not.
We
That's
go
one thing I
there
can
for
confirm.
fun.
I'm all about kinds of fun. But what are so you mentioned that Final Fantasy was like a big like childhood game for you.
Yeah.
What other like I don't know if we've ever actually had a major conversation about childhood video games, but other than that, I'm assuming you were also a big Legends of Zelda fan.
Oh,
Just
absolutely.
knowing
Yeah.
you.
No, that if that wasn't obvious enough with my Legend of Zelda fucking everything. Yeah, no. Legend of Zelda was definitely the biggest game in my childhood. No, come back. I need to talk to you. I haven't talked to you yet. There we go. Legend of Zelda was absolutely the biggest one in my life. But then I think beyond that, there was nobody knows this game. But there's one back in the day that was on GameCube that was called Gotcha Force. It was a gotcha game.
No.
It was a gotcha game. But it was interesting because you would set up it was kind of based around like the idea that you had like Transformers or toys or whatever. And the toys that you had were what you fought with, and you would fight against these other toys in it as well that were like evil toys and evil monsters, and there would be clones of the ones that you would play as normally. And then you had like allies you could pick up with you that they had their own like toy collection or battle set, and so you would be able to you would set up a certain synergy in your deck to pair with their synergy for their deck. There were ones that were more like offense based. There were ones that were more defense based, and it just kind of depended on how you wanted to play it. There were ones you could play as like tanks. You could play as like I said, Transformers. You could play as ninjas. You could play as a lot of different types of characters. And you just go through and just fight everything that you could.
That sounds pretty awesome, honestly.
It was a fantastic game. Oh, it's 12 a.m.
Yeah, I'm heading back now. I was talking to people in the tavern.
But with the game, you like it was cool because as a kid, you imagine all these different scenarios where in your head you're watching your toys like fight these evil toys, and you have like a Superman and a Batman, and then you'd have other ones and you kind of make them fight together, and then having that come to life in a video game form was awesome.
No, I completely understand. Actually, like I played a game kind of with a similar vibe. Do you know? Have you ever seen a movie or played a video game called Toy Soldiers?
I've heard of it.
The movie is really, really old. It's like essentially this like military toy versus like this toy that's like more like kind of cavemanish, like, so it's like modern technology versus old technology, like kind of movie on that. But there was a video game where you literally like it was a multiplayer co-op, kind of like a 007,
right,
like a GoldenEye kind of game. But so it was split screen versus, and you had different abilities as these toys, and you just tried to kill each other.
Oh,
and like it was a lot of fun. I haven't played the one you're talking about, but like it gives me that same nostalgia vibe.
I mean, I still own the game, so I could legally download a copy of it and you know, play it on Discord so you could see it. Might even do it as like a small one-off episode for this. It'd be that would be actually really fun. Why did I walk out of your house?
That's a. Where are you? I don't see you at all.
I'm in a cutscene with Clint.
That's why. Okay. But now we can make the furnace.
When you smelted a few copper bars, consider having me upgrade your tool. Oh. Shit. Damn. You made that thing cook.
If you could slay 10 slimes, you'll have earned your place in the Adventurers Guild. Yes, sir. I got you.
What can I use sap for? Nothing? Cool.
Crafting. Just crafting stuff. Potentially good stuff. Okay, so I'm putting, like, precious gems and building materials in the other chest. That way we have some kind of small organization going here.
Alright. I'm gonna start building some more torches. You got an omelet?
Yeah, I found it in the pub trash can.
Oh. Yum. Is it over easy or?
It's fluffed scrambled omelet.
Ah.
It's actually pretty decent. He makes it with creme fraiche.
Okay.
You'll learn that Gus is a fucking powerhouse of a chef.
Ah.
I need to go buy more seeds. We've had nothing growing for 2 days, and that's a bad thing.
Yeah. Oh, I've got mail.
You've got mail.
So you've been exploring. Oh, it's the Adventurers Guild thing.
While we were talking about old school video games, like, and like our childhood video games. My very first video game I ever played, I want to put this out there first before I move into like the very first game I really remember playing. So the very first game I ever played was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1. And I had it on PlayStation 1. I think it was 1. It might have been 2. But I had it on the PlayStation 1, and it was my first system. My dad gave it to me essentially the second I could hold a controller. However, my childhood game that sticks with me a lot, and I can play it on the PS5, which is pretty sick, and I need to, is Legends of the Dragoon.
I have never heard of that game.
Probably because it is classic, my guy. It's essentially Final Fantasy.
Okay.
Which is wild that I never got into Final Fantasy, because the first game I ever really got into and played was a turn-based RPG, but it came with 4 separate discs.
Oh my god.
Because the game was so big it could not fit on a single disc. And it was awesome. It was so good.
Maybe we can check that out as a game to play.
Yeah, it's very Final Fantasy-esque, where you just play people who have the souls of dragons. It's pretty sick.
The Final Fantasy was a big one for me, but it wasn't the first one I played. The first one I played was Mario RPG. That was for the SNES.
Not bad. Mario RPG's fun.
Yeah, and they're making a remake for it on the Switch soon. Dude, I'm so excited.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're making a remake of that, and then they've got another remake that they're putting out. I can't remember what it is.
How do you feel about Mario Wonder?
It's from the little bit that I've played, it's pretty fun. It's pretty cute. It's very different from like the Mario Wii that played back in the day. With some similarities to it, I think. But it's still a cute game. It's still a lot of fun. Oh shit! I gotta drop.
Did you take the wood?
Yes, I went and fixed the bridge.
Okay. I need to make a scarecrow, or if you can make a scarecrow when you get back.
I don't know how to make that yet, so I'm.
Oh, you don't have the farming proficiency. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you've been
I will
doing a
make
lot of the
scarecrow.
farming so far.
I'll let you harvest everything that comes up this next time, so you can get a
Cool.
level too. However, I did just plant a bunch of fucking cauliflower. So that's gonna be a minute.
I planted way too much cauliflower. There is no reason for me to produce this much.
Do you see how much money we have left?
Yep, $24. Enough for two Happy Meals.
It only filled half of our farm.
Good lord.
Yeah, cauliflower is expensive.
But does it give good returns on it?
It's the best returns in spring. I do need to go get a bunch of more parsnips as well, because we need golden parsnips we need 5 golden parsnips before the end of spring.
There you go.
Sound good?
Dude,
Oh, I think
okay.
I need coal.
So
Do we have coal?
yeah, we do. So Ansley, for you viewers, you want, this is my wife. Ansley, in her Japanese course that she's taking, has started just trying to speak Japanese to me, and I'm like a little bit lost and a lot of it confused. But the way that she's helping me out, there's a website that you can pay like $1 for a membership, and they give you like a full-on Japanese course for it.
Oh, that's kind of wild.
The trick for it though is that like they give you a bunch of different courses that you can take as long as you've got the membership. I'll have to like link it in the description if anybody's interested in it, but
Is Spanish one of them?
no, it's exclusively Japanese on this website.
I see.
But the trick with it though that I'm running into is that they highly recommend you learn the alphabet first with them, like the a, u, e, o, kaki, ku, ke, ko, all that. And I'm getting there, but boy, it's difficult learning 26 letters and then 26 more letters. Well, no, it's not even 26. I think it's like 48 letters.
My God.
And then another 48 letters, because it's katakana and hiragana, both that are used the most. So you run into the issue of like proper names get hiragana, but everything else pretty much gets katakana, and so you have to know which one is used and how it's used appropriately. It's tricky, and I have mad respect for anybody who's able to learn, I mean, honestly, any language that well.
I feel like I have a very hard time with language retention, and it's really wacky because I've been using the Bird app, since we're not getting paid to talk about them.
Yeah,
But I've been using
green
the
bird that harasses you. You should be able to know what that is.
Yeah. To try and learn Spanish, and every time I get on the app, like I pass everything, like I do like 5 lessons in like 15 minutes, like everything is right there in front of me. But then the second I try to start speaking Spanish, it just does not, I can't compute it in my head for some reason.
That's the tricky part with a lot of the language courses, is that they'll teach you like what the words are, they'll teach you how to spell, but they don't actually teach you like how to use your words and how to apply them in the correct way. And that's something that I definitely get a little bit frustrated with, because it's like, okay, so I know these words, but how do I properly put them together in a sentence, you know?
Right.
I wish that more websites were better about doing that, because that's like the most crucial component. You can learn how to speak it all you want, but then if you're trying to form sentences with it, like if it was a quiz on like, I want you to tell me a story in this language exclusively, about, you know, a kid getting on a bus to go get ice cream, like something like that, you know? if it was more focused on like actually showing you how to speak it in addition to the words for it, I feel like it would be a lot easier for courses, because like that Green Bird app again, that's one of my biggest issues with them, is that I can learn the letters all I want, I can learn the words all I want, but until I learn how to put those together, it's kind of pointless.
Right. No, I felt so emboldened when. So me and my wife, story time for everybody. We just celebrated our 5-year anniversary, and we did so in the beautiful island of Puerto Rico. Their main language is Spanish. I am Puerto Rican. I don't speak Spanish. That's an even longer story for another time. But I've been trying to learn Spanish so that, one, when I take vacations to areas that speak Spanish, that's fine. But we also live in a metropolitan area where there are a lot of Spanish speakers residing here and living here. So while I was there, I was emboldened to actually like speak more Spanish, and I felt like I retained a good bit more because I was surrounded by Spanish speakers, you know?
Yeah.
It was easier for me to understand things with context than it was just staring at the screen, I guess.
Right, yeah. I definitely like, and I think that's something too that like a lot of, you know, language professors will tell you is like it's helpful to learn the stuff, right? But then until you get dropped in the middle of an actual like culture where they regularly speak it, it's kind of difficult to get an idea of how to appropriately speak it elsewhere.
Right.
I remember story time. I remember reading a I think it was a Reddit post actually. It was either a Reddit post or it was a story on YouTube that I read about. Or maybe it was Facebook. Regardless, I heard this story once. There
was social media involved.
Yeah, somewhere along the lines of that. I remember it was this lady who was in a German course, I believe, to be an English teacher in Germany. And for part of that, when they went to Germany for studying abroad, she actually ended up living with a German family. Part of what they did for her course was there were people in Germany who would say, yeah, they can live here while they're you know, studying abroad. Survival burger. Oh, that's a new one.
Noms. Noms.
But the what ended up happening, she was told that they were English speakers as well. They knew how to speak English. They knew how to, you know, help her with her German. She got there and they didn't speak a lick of English. So they were just talking to her in like German and greeting her, and she was like, oh, and she started pulling for the little bit of German that she knew, and they were a little bit confused. It was definitely something where she was really trying to what is this? Apologize for joking about your grandpa's old cottage. Nice little house. My news. Oh, this is expanding your house. Okay. She ended up being there for like 4 years, which was a massive amount of time. But
yeah, that's huge.
Like, she actually, you know, was in that environment for so long that it forced her to learn how to speak German. So she would have to look up how to say specific words or specific phrases, and so what ended up happening was she got to a point where she would like even think in German, and then she could, you know, successfully do it. Well, at the end of the 4 years, when she was like a week away from leaving Germany, and, you know, was getting ready and saying goodbyes to all of her German friends that she made there and packing up all of her stuff with that family that she was with, the dad of the family, like the I think it was the night before she left, when they were eating dinner, he was like, I think your German has improved significantly since you first got here, in beautifully clear American English.
That's fantastic.
And she was like staring at him, and he was the entire family laughed. She was like, you could speak it this whole time? He was like, yeah.
That's exactly what I expected. I figured it was coming, but it's still beautiful that they did that.
Oh yeah. And like, honestly, props to them for going ahead and just saying, we're not gonna speak any English around her. We're gonna force her to learn in this environment, like sink or swim.
Right. Exactly. Deal with it or get dealt with.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, honestly, like that's a great way to learn it too. Is oh. Cutscene.
Yeah, this is the community center cutscene.
Ah.
Oh, hi there. I'm not gonna speak for him the whole time. You can keep going. I'm probably gonna skip this cutscene. Are you watching the cutscene?
Yeah, I'm watching you in your cutscene.
Oh, have you never seen this cutscene?
No, I remember seeing this one.
Okay, cool. Skip.
Oh, hey, I got a potato, by the way.
Potato.
Okay.
Good, because we're gonna need it. We can't actually put anything in here until we went heading back in here to start this, but we gotta go talk to the wizard.
Oh yeah.
The wizard.
I can remember how to get there. I think I remember how to get there.
We have to receive a letter from him first, so we gotta wait.
Okay.
It should be tomorrow morning.
I need to still talk to... There's a little boy with red hair.
Vincent.
And then there's a guy in a green coat.
Guy in green coat, Harvey. He's the doctor.
Ah, okay. Hey, there you are, Mr. Doctor, sir.
I think I need... Is the nurse there? Because I need to talk to her. She's not.
Let's see. Where can I find... Okay, so it's literally just the wizard and the little boy that I need to talk to.
Yeah, so we'll talk to the wizard tomorrow, because we can't talk to him until he invites us. And then the little boy is usually with Penny. It's Sunday, though, so he could just be out and about.
Okay.
Oh, it's Sunday. The traveling cart is in the forest down below us.
Oh.
I forgot to go see her on Friday, too. Oh no, I bought 18 seeds to fill up this 18. I put seeds here.
Where is this kid? I can't find him. Oh, you know what time it is? It's time for next time on Destructible. No. No.
Next time on Downtime.
Next time on Downtime.
About how bears are
a ploy by the government and aren't actually real. They're all just people in fur suits.
I was gonna say apex predators, but I think you said the same thing. Cool.
We'll see you guys
next time.
Bye.